Welcome, friends. Welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome back to an episode of I wasn't planning on cooking for you today. So this is the end of March. Um, January, I filmed enough videos to get me into probably the middle to the end of May. I'm upgrading. I've completed now a complete electronic upgrade of Mike Victor uniform so that it is IFR capable. And I am currently undergoing IFR training so that I can upgrade my pilot's license to fly Mike Victor uniform in cloudy conditions. But the training is on hold because we've had a series of days with freezing rain and ice storms. And doesn't matter. In a small aircraft, you cannot fly in an ice storm. So today my plan had been to smoke this piece of a lamb leg that I got from cousin Jill. This is one of the lambs that she raised. Dirty hand, clean hand. We're going to keep that going for the rest of this bit. This has been, it looks a little dry, it looks a little gnarly. That's because I salted this 3 or 4 days ago, stuck it in the fridge to let it dry out. This is exactly what I wanted it to look like. And I'm going to coat it with a little bit of oil. Okay, so this is where I admit that I just said a whole bunch of brilliant things, but forgot to press record on the camera. So I'll recap. I love lamb. Growing up, always lamb on the table. We had lamb at least once a week. I had a bunch of family members who raised lambs. So it was always on the table, but it was always very simply prepared. And I grew to really like lamb just with salt and pepper, done low and slow in the oven. No sauce, no marinade, nothing fancy, no extra flavors, and love it that way. And to this day, I really do love it that way. Julie does not like lamb. So I'm always trying to find sort of that middle ground between masking some of the flavor so that Julie will eat it, but not masking so much of the flavor that I lose the enjoyment of eating lamb. So today I'm using this kind of harissa-inspired spice mix, coating the outside of this piece of lamb. We're going to put it on the smoker outside, smoke it low and slow until it reaches about 130 degrees Fahrenheit. That's kind of where I like to pull it off. It's still going to have some carryover cooking. It should be great. And so now that it's coated with the dry rub, I'm just going to stick it over here on the back counter and let it hang out for a couple of hours before we go to the smoker. Clean my hands. Okay, so it's not very nice out here. It's kind of halfway between snow and freezing rain. I'm going to get this on quickly. There we go. Temperature probe is inserted. I will hook this up and set it to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, now it's freezing rain. Boy, it is freezing rain. Okay, off comes the leg of lamb. Okay, so I try to time dinner for Julie's arrival home. You saw what it's like out there. Freezing rain, it's really bad. Traffic is snarled. Julie's going to be a little while. So I don't have to panic. I'm going to take this, I'm going to wrap it in butcher paper, pour on whatever juice came out. I'm going to let it rest here on the counter for about 10 minutes, just like it is wrapped up. And then I'm going to put it inside this cooler where it will maintain sort of that temperature. It's going to rise, it's going to finish cooking. It'll probably go up to 140, but then it'll start to cool down a little bit. Put it in here and it'll maintain about 130 degrees until Julie gets home. So I'm going to unwrap it and we'll start slicing it. It's going to be difficult to slice. It has bones in it. And of course the bones always go in really wacky directions. So let's get it out of the paper. Look at that juice. Let's get that juice. Oh, that's going to be great. Okay. Let's try this. Let's see if I can slice down beside the bone. Maybe. There we go. And it smells amazing. Okay, so a couple slices off the end bit here.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Jules.
Hey, friends. You just said that smelled amazing, did you?
Yes.
I will choose to perhaps...
You're missing out. Okay.
No.
Look at that juice.
No. I will politely try some.
That's
It's one of Glenn's favorites.
amazing.
I'm not even that fond of the smell.
That is amazing. Okay, so I was in the cooler for 2 hours. You saw the weather outside. It's a pretty horrible day. About an hour ago, this would have been... I'd be in a puddle on the floor. But still, it is amazing.
I was stuck in the snow. Well, not literally stuck in the snow, but I was stuck in traffic.
Freezing rain. It's pretty bad out there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right, it was plenty for me, thanks. Okay. Smoked meat, it's got a great smoke flavor. It's moist, it's got some nice...
Juicy, it falls apart.
All those things are great about
Yeah.
it. It's just not a flavor that I'm clearly not quite as excited about as Glenn is.
That rub's actually really good on the outside. I was a little bit worried that it might be too flavorful, but it's fantastic.
Glenn's going to be happy
I could just
all
keep
week.
going.
It's going to take you a long time to eat all that.
Thanks, Jill. We'll take the lamb anytime you send it. This is amazing. Thank you very much. Easter's coming up, I think.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
So this would be great to put on your Easter sideboard. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around to the end. Thanks for watching to the very end of the video, and thanks for watching this next little bit. Once again, in 2025, I am raising money for Hope Air and participating in the Give Hope Wings flight across Canada that both raises funds for the Hope Air charity, but also raises awareness in the various communities that we stop in, and in the wider community through you, that this service exists and that this need needs to be met. Hope Air is a charity that allows Canadians who need healthcare that is not available in their community to travel to the larger cities in Canada where that need can be met. Canada geographically is a massive country, and some communities are pretty far flung, and people end up having to drive 12, 14 hours to get to where the treatment exists that they need. And while healthcare in Canada is universal, any Canadian shows up at the door of the hospital, care is freely given. You have to get to the hospital, or you have to get where the treatment is administered. And for a lot of people, this can be a very difficult time in their life. They're juggling a lot of things. They may not have the financial resources to fly to Toronto and put themselves up in a hotel room for a couple of nights and meals and so on and so forth. And Hope Air is a charity that takes care of that, takes that burden away, takes that weight off of people's shoulders, and allows them to just get well. So my part in this is to raise awareness and to raise money. I work with other pilots who fly some of these people who are seeking treatment from smaller flying communities to larger centers like Thunder Bay, where they can get a commercial airliner that will take them to Toronto or Winnipeg, so on and so forth. And over the last couple of years, we've raised a lot of money for Hope Air. Last year alone, you donated around $40,000 to help out with this cause. I'm very grateful for that. Um, I feel very blessed that we have created a community here on YouTube, amongst everything else that's going on in the world, where we can help people. So once again, I'm doing this. Once again, we're flying. I will be putting the itinerary down in the description box of the places we're going to be in early June, where you can stop in and we can meet. Also links to Hope Air Charity so that you can check them out, see what they do, and if you're moved to help, there will be a link to the fundraising page. For everyone who has given in the past, I thank you enormously, and everyone who is about to give, thank you.